MP Bob Blackman has raised the Jallianwala Bagh massacre in British Parliament. He asked the UK government to formally give an apology to the people of India ahead of the atrocities anniversary. The Jallianwala Bagh anniversary is on April 13th, and UK MP Bob Blackman has raised the issue in the British Parliament, asking the UK government to formally give an apology to the people of India ahead of its anniversary. This is big breaking news that we are giving to you viewers, that UK MP Bob Blackman has asked the British government to give an apology to the people of India for the massacre of hundreds of Indians by the British colonial forces in the northwest city of Amritsar 100 years ago. We have a reaction. Listen in.
On the 13th of April 1919, families gathered very peacefully in the Jallianwala Bagh to enjoy the sun, enjoy a day out with their families. General Dwyer, on behalf of the British Army, marched his troops in and ordered his troops to fire on those innocent people until they ran out of ammunition. At the end of that massacre, 1,500 people were dead and 1,200 injured. Eventually, General Dwyer was disgraced for that stain on the British Empire. In 2019, the then Prime Minister, Theresa May, recognised this was a stain on British colonial rule in India. But could we have a statement in government time? The anniversary of this will be on the 13th of April this year, when we're in recess. So could we have a statement from the government admitting to what went wrong and formally giving an apology to the people of India?
And can I thank him for raising this important...
We have Siddhant joining us this morning. Siddhant, now UK MP Bob Blackman has raised the issue of Jallianwala Bagh massacre and has asked the British Parliament to give a formal apology to the people of India for the atrocities and ahead of its anniversary on April 13th.
Well, that's right. In fact, ahead of the anniversary of Jallianwala Bagh massacre, the British MP has raised this issue in British Parliament, and in fact, he has asked the government, Starmer government, to formally give an apology to the people of India ahead of the anniversary. Perhaps a big statement coming from UK sitting member of Parliament, Bob Blackman, and he perhaps asked for an apology inside the British Parliament. Raising the issue of Jallianwala Bagh massacre in the British Parliament perhaps requires a lot of courage. And Bob Blackman, who is seen as somebody who is consistent in raising voice of Indians in the British Parliament, perhaps has now demanded the government, Starmer government, to issue an apology to the people of India for the Jallianwala Bagh massacre.
Right, Siddhant, and he was speaking at the House of Commons, British Parliament's lower house, and he said that April 13th, that the UK government should apologize to the people of India for the massacre. Siddhant, what do you think? How is this going to be taken, and the response that are going to be received after his statements?
Well, this has been a long-standing demand. In fact, after the massacre, this has been a long-standing demand, and there are a lot of sensitivities attached to this particular incident, a very tragic, a very unfortunate incident in the history of India. And in fact, there has always been a demand from the Indian side, for an apology, and perhaps also with the government of Britain for what happened at Jallianwala Bagh on 13th of April 1919. And the same has again been demanded by a British MP in the lower house of British Parliament.
Right, Siddhant, thank you for updating us with all that information, and we'll keep coming back to you for more.